A US-China trade truce looks set to hold, for now at least. The pair wrapped up 2 days of talks in Stockholm on Tuesday. They agreed to seek another 90-day extension of their tariff ceasefire, and both sides described the talks as constructive. US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent spoke afterwards.
So now here you have the two largest economies in negotiation. And as I've said before, and we reiterated to them, we don't want to decouple. We just need to de-risk with certain strategic industries.
However, no breakthroughs were announced, and US officials said Donald Trump would ultimately decide whether to extend the truce, which is currently set to expire on August 12th. Without an agreement, tariffs could snap back to triple-digit levels, effectively choking off trade between the two countries. Speaking on Air Force One on his way back to Washington from Scotland, Trump sounded positive.
I just had a phone call from Scott Bessent and had a very good meeting with China, and it seems that, they're going to brief me tomorrow. We'll either approve it or not.
Potential sticking points remain, however. Bessent says he warned China that it could face major new tariffs if it continued to buy sanctioned Russian oil. But he says Beijing gave no indication that it was about to stop making such purchases. If the truce is extended, that could pave the way for a meeting between the US president and Chinese leader Xi Jinping later in the year. Trump himself thinks that's likely.
Oh, he wants to meet, and I look forward to the meeting too, but I would say before the end of the year.
Bessent and Trump are now expected to meet back in Washington on Wednesday, when the president will have his final say on extending the truce.
Михайловна отодвинула стульчик. Смотри, что
он попадал там.
А ты как что держишь, монитор?
Монитор держу, но
так, наш монитор,
как давай болтаться, мы его потом сняли.
А наш монитор тоже болтался?
Болтался, мы его потом на пол поставили.
Молодцы.
Значит, так.
At kindergarten number 15, there was a collapse of the building facade, but thank God no one was injured. There were no children, but there is damage.
All lifeguards will be leaving at 5 p.m. Even the police will be evacuating at 6 p.m.
Oh, it's so hot. Like, you can feel the sun on your skin, literally. Like, I can feel it, like, it's like I'm melting, like an ice cream. And when you go in the ocean, you would think it's refreshing, but it's actually not. Like, you can still feel the sun hitting you every which sideways. But I heard that, like, if you go deeper in the ocean, like, it'll feel cooler, but it's really hot.
It's certainly because of global warming. I'm from Mexico City and the temperatures there have gone up by a lot. The heat is dry, it feels like it's burning. It's not like a normal heat. It's a heat that really burns. Surely it's to do with global warming. Mainly it's because we are not looking after the planet.
Crops in Ukraine's southern regions are under attack from locusts that are breeding in inaccessible areas near the front line. The insects are capable of devastating crops in days, and officials say Russia's war has made using traditional pest control methods impossible. In the Zaporizhzhia region, swarms of locusts have been covering roads, fields and bushes, and producers say the insects have destroyed up to a third of their sunflower crops. Small-scale farmer Oleg Tomaltov says it's never been as bad.
We saw a big swarm, and the next day the infantry marched in. The small ones ate everything that was hanging low. They ate everything. The big ones flew around and then flew away, and the small ones crawled. And they are still here, still jumping around. They covered everything like a big blanket.
Local and government officials declined to provide data on the extent of the infestation or damage caused. But Ukraine's chief phytosanitary inspector, Vadim Tchaikovsky, says the war is squarely to blame. He explains that in addition to high temperatures, the conflict has resulted in an increased amount of neglected land. The inability to use aircraft for spraying and the absence of birds that would prey on them due to the fighting is further complicating the crisis. Ukraine is the world's largest sunflower oil exporter, and before the war ranked 5th among wheat exporters. But war has changed the landscape. According to Denis Marchuk, deputy head of Ukraine's largest farm producers union, the UAC, the destruction of the Kakhovka Dam on the Dnipro River by Russian forces in 2023 created vast, swampy areas ideal for locust breeding.
I don't dare to ride the scooter fast. I was very careful at every traffic light and followed the traffic rules. I rode here slowly. Actually, it is not a long way, but it took me half an hour.
Hoped this would happen for the girls, so it is really emotional because it's all those players before that have gone before that has contributed to this, and seeing those guys doing punditry and things like that now, they must be so proud. So yeah, it's really emotional, and I'm just so pleased.
No, it was brilliant. It was the moment of seeing them on the bus when they're actually seeing it. So it's a very moving, emotional moment.